Yes, now, and the blessed now. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in once again. Class is in session, people. We're going to learn about the man, the legend that is Rick Rubin, alright? If you didn't know who Rick Rubin was before, hold on tight, because I see his name pop up when I see his name pop up. I don't know too much depth on the character. I know he's an eccentric character. I know he's behind a lot of fabulous records. So, if you don't know this dude, hold on. There's a lot to learn as far as music is concerned, as far as rap music is concerned, as far as metal music is concerned, as far as record labels are concerned, as far as production is concerned, and maybe a little bit more. I don't know. Let's go. So, as always, correct me if I'm wrong or if you've got anything to say, let it be heard. Frederick J. Rubin, also known as Rick Rubin, born in 1963, is an American record executive and record producer. He is a co-founder alongside Russell Simmons of Def Jam Recordings, alright? Founder of American Recordings and former co-president of Columbia Records. So we've got big Russell Simmons here as well, who's a name. He's got a right story behind him. We're going to have a look into Russell Simmons after that. We'll even go into Def Jam. Come on now, let's not waste no time. Rubin helped popularize hip hop by producing records for acts such as the Beastie Boys, the Ghetto Boys, Run DMC, Public Enemy, and LL Cool J. A lot of money behind Rick Rubin. He has also produced hit records for acts for a variety of genres, predominantly heavy metal. So we've had Danzig, Metallica, and Slayer. I didn't know he did Metallica. Alternative rock such as The Cult, Red Hot Chili Peppers, The Strokes, and Weezer. Hard rock bands such as Audioslave and Aerosmith. Nu metal bands such as Linkin Park, Rage Against the Machine, System of a Down, and country. A little bit of Johnny Cash and the Chicks. Never heard of the Chicks. In 2007, Rubin was called the most important producer of the last 20 years by MTV and was named on Time's list of the 100 most influential people in the world. Jeez Louise. His first book, The Creative Act, A Way of Being, was published in January 2023. Very recent. That might have been why he went on to Joe Rogan, flog his book, because that was around the same time, right? Early life. Frederick J. Rubin was born into a Jewish family in Long Beach, New York, the LBC, on March the 10th, 1963, the son of housewife Linda and shoe wholesaler Michael Rubin. He grew up in Lido Beach, New York, while a student at Long Beach High School. Rubin befriended the school's audiovisual department director, who gave him a few lessons in guitar playing and songwriting. He then played in a band with 3 friends, performing at garage gigs and school shows until a teacher helped him create a punk band called The Pricks. Come on now, when was that then? That must be a relatively early punk act then. Their biggest claim to fame was being thrown off the stage at CBGB after performing 2 songs due to brawling with hecklers, which had actually been instigated by friends of the band who had been instructed to do so to get the show shut down and create a buzz. So from get-go, the guy's marketing. The guy's got an idea with his marketing. Although he had no authority in New York City, his father travelled to Manhattan wearing his Long Beach Auxiliary police uniform as he attempted to shut down the show. Bruh, his dad popped over impersonating a copper. Risky business that, risky business that. He's also known as DJ Double R, the Loudness King. Occupations: record executive, record producer. Years active: 1981 to present. And the labels: Def Jam, American, Columbia, and Warner Brothers. Right, so career. Let's have a little D, because we've got the whole Rick Rubin production discography. Shall we have a quick overview? Let's have a quick overview of this then. Bro, we got a list here. 1980s, The Pricks, Hose, LL Cool J, Beasties, Run DMC, Jazzy J, Jimmy Spicer, Hollis Crew, LL Cool J again, Slayer, Rain in Blood, Licensed to Ill by the Beasties, Public Enemy, The Cult, South of Heaven he produced, Danzig, Seasons in the Abyss. This dude's doing all of like the best Slayer records, to be fair with you. Red Hot Chili's, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I mean, by default, we're already making money here. 9 Inch Nails, Johnny Cash, Mel C in the late 90s, Aerosmith, greatest hits. I mean, look at this, 2010s, yeah, it's still active. Linkin Park, Adele, 21. Lana Del Rey. I mean, we're delving into pop world here. Kanye West, Yeezus, executive producer. Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP 2. Jake Bugg. Ed Sheeran. Wu-Tang Clan. This guy don't mess around. 2020s, we got The Strokes, Imagine Dragons, Santana, Red Hot Chili's, Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Kesha, Travis Scott. That was his most recent release. I hadn't seen. I browse a lot of like pop rap, celebrity rap media and stuff, and I've never seen Rick Rubin in relation to Travis Scott's new record. Interesting. So, what more can be said about Big Ricky Rubin? He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. So let's keep it moving. We got his founding of Def Jam Recordings. While in college at New York University, he moved on to form the band Hose, influenced by San Fran's Flipper. In '82, a Hose track became Def Jam's first release, a 45 RPM, 7-inch vinyl single in a brown paper bag and no label. The band played in around the NYC punk scene, toured the Midwest and California, and played with seminal hardcore bands like the Meat Puppets, Husker Du. If that's how that's pronounced, I've never heard it pronounced. Never heard anybody be a fan of that band in real life. Circle Jerks, Butthole Surfers, and Minor Threat. Becoming friends with Fugazi frontman and Discord Records owner Ian MacKaye, the band broke up in '84 as Rubin's passion moved towards the New York City hip-hop scene. Having befriended Zulu Nation's DJ Jazzy J, Rubin began to learn about hip-hop production. By '83, the two had produced It's Yours for Bronx rapper Tila Rock. I was thinking it was that Drake tune, It's Yours, and released on Def Jam. Producer Arthur Baker helped to distribute the record worldwide on Baker's Streetwise Records in '84. Jazzy J introduced Rubin to concert promoter / artist manager Russell Simmons in the Negro Club, and Rubin explained he needed help getting Def Jam off the ground. Simmons and Rubin edged out Jazzy J, and the official Def Jam record label was founded while Rubin was attending New York University in '84. His first release was LL Cool J's I Need a Beat. Rubin went on to find more hip-hop acts outside the Bronx, Brooklyn, and Harlem, including rappers from Queens, Staten Island, and Long Island. I wonder how he was coming across them, which eventually led to Def Jam signing Public Enemy. Come on, bring the noise! Rubin was instrumental in pointing the members of the Beastie Boys away from their punk roots and into rap, which was definitely a good way of doing so. The punk stuff was half decent, but, you know, it didn't stand out like when they started rapping, did it, right? Resulting in Kate Schellenbacher's departure from the group. There was a woman in the Beasties, who? An American musician and television producer. She's the drummer of Luscious Jackson and was a founding drummer of the Beastie Boys. Shout out to Kate. I'm not going to mispronounce your name again, I apologise. The Beastie Boys 85 Rock Hard / Parties Getting Rough / Beastie Groove EP came out on the success of Rubin's production work with breakthrough act Run DMC, of which previous recordings were produced by Simmons and Orange Crush's musician Larry Smith. His productions were characterised by occasionally fusing rap with heavy rock. Rubin tapped Adam Dubin and Rick Manello to co-direct the videos for the Beastie Boys, You Gotta Fight For Your Right to Party, and No Sleep Till Brooklyn, effectively launching the band's mainstream hip-hop career. It was the idea of Rubin's friend Sue Cummings, an editor at Spin magazine, to have Run DMC and Aerosmith collaborate on a cover of Aerosmith's Walk This Way. This 1986 production is often heavy history here. This production is often credited with both introducing rap, hard rock to mainstream ears, revitalizing Aerosmith's career. Revitalized it. Aerosmith was dead before that. Is that true? In '86, he worked with Aerosmith again on demos for their forthcoming album, but their collaboration ended early and resulted in only rough studio jams. In the same year, Rubin began his long musical partnership with Slayer, producing Rain in Blood, considered a classic of the heavy metal genre. That was his first work with a metal band. Imagine that, your first work with a metal band, and you produce Rain in Blood. In '87, the Cult released its pivotal third album, Electric, produced by Rubin. The album remains one of the Cult's trademark and classic works. Rubin worked with the Cult again on the '92 single The Witch. He is credited as music supervisor for the film Less Than Zero and as the producer of its soundtrack. Rubin portrayed a character based on himself in the '85 hip-hop motion picture Crush Groove, which was inspired by the early days of Simmons' career as an artist manager and music producer. He then directed and co-wrote with Rick Manello a second Run DMC film, Tougher Than Leather, in '88. 1988, Rubin and Simmons went their separate ways after Rubin had a falling out with then Def Jam president Lyor Cohen. And Lyor Cohen's a character. Lyor Cohen is a character. An American music industry executive and entrepreneur. He has been actively involved in hip-hop at various record labels for more than 30 years. He started by managing rappers for Rush Productions, then led Def Jam. Rubin left for Los Angeles to start Def American Records, while Simmons remained at Def Jam in New York. In Los Angeles, Rubin signed a number of rock and heavy metal acts, including Danzig, Masters of Reality. Who are Masters of Reality then? Because that's like Black Sabbath. It sounds like a Black Sabbath cover act. They took the name from the band from a misprinted label of the third Black Sabbath album. The band called the Four Horsemen as well. As well as alternate rock group, the Jesus and the Mary Chain. They're supposed to be pretty good, right? Is that like shoegaze stuff, Jesus and the Mary Chain? And stand-up comedian Andrew Dice Clay. Although Rubin's work at this time focused mainly on rock and metal, he still retained a close association with rap, signing the Ghetto Boys and continuing to work with Public Enemy, LL Cool J, and Run DMC. So he signed the Ghetto Boys. Was this before or after they were involved with Rap-A-Lot Records? Because great character behind that, James Prince. All of these people, these music CEOs, are incredible characters. And then we've got American Recordings. So I'm completely unfamiliar with American Recordings. We'll continue that on the flip side. I'll see you soon.